At the end of the last stream, I said that I was going to go and define myself some decks before we go into the next run. And I have, to a large degree, I believe, done that. So what are we looking to do in this stream today? Because we did defeat Omega for the first time. I've got to defeat Omega with the other two characters in order to round out the set, but also I have to defeat Omega with two more characters, just 2 times more, I guess, in general. I could do it with the Necromancer. And then we get the rest of the boss dialogue. So in designing towards that, I am trying to design for the Warrior and the Rogue each to make a run against it and succeed. The deck that I've set up for the Rogue is not this one. This is the Warrior deck. This is the one I think I'm going to run first because I'm more confident on it. And perfect timing, Fatal Vindicator. I love this question exactly as I'm starting this explanation, because you say, are you finding yourself using 90% of the same cards in every run? I got burnt out too quickly due to the lack of variety in cards. That is exactly what I have attempted to be designing around in this specific one. So you'll note there's a lot of stuff on here similar. This is totally fair. Cemetery's on the board. We've had Cemetery a lot of times. We've had Village a lot of times. We've had Vampire Mansion, Battlefield. Haven't had Smith's Forge that many times. Have had Forest, have had River. Haven't had Storm Temple that many times. However, Storm Temple's transformation of the forests and the fact that we don't have a bookery means that only thickets are really going to be played for the adjacencies towards the rivers for the attack bonuses. Instead, we're going to be burning forests using the Storm Temple in order to get pure damage up, and trying to place those adjacent to rivers where possible as well. So we're looking for a strategy that is early experience, attack speed, and pure damage. So it's scaling 3 of these statistics largely internally, just with the landscapes around, and planning of the river. The river is also going to make sure that we have the ability to up this battlefield over to a shipwreck, so we can start finding some sirens. Try and get ourselves some better gear. We've also got the Village and the Vampire Mansion here for some better gear. We've got a Smith's Forge here to eat our bad gear and give us units that I believe will be easier for us to take down with our pure damage. I like this idea. I really, really like the idea of this build. We've also got the Arsenal for the extra slot, which will give us our helmets as a warrior, and Storm Temple, which strikes 2 targets within its range with lightning every 5 seconds. Lightning cannot be evaded. Now, one thing I do need to consider is the possibility that I want to slightly adjust my setup for the supply going into this. So if I am going against Act 4, I know I'm going to want to put in all the old paintings, because that's cumulatively 16% more damage against all of the bosses. Great, incredible. There's a couple other ones. +1 to the max number of potions, that always goes in. +1 defense for every card in the player's hand. 10% chance on finding rarer materials. Additional 15 HP when going through the campsite. All of those kinds of things, good enough. 2+ max HP for every point of defense that the hero has. Again, mixed nuts, that'll go in too. However, after this, we can start putting in garlic to help with the vampires. We will have vampires in the area. We can also put in silverware to help with the undead, because we have cemeteries in the area. Cheese for just straight up HP after killing an enemy. What in particular? This was one that I was considering as well. Exquisite Mirror. 6% chance to redirect a Storm Temple Lightning Bolt or any other pure damage into a random enemy. It's entirely possible I could tag 4 of those on and have a 24% chance to just reflect the Storm Temple Lightning Bolts from myself, but also whatever other pure damage the enemies manage to muster. I like the idea of getting those in there. Let's also get some cheese. My jewelry, I think I will pad out with a single piece of silverware there. We've got 9 more spaces, so let's get the 4 spaces of garlic in, 2 kitchen knives for extra base starting HP, 2 sturdy stools, and then there's one that gives us vampirism if, additional 5 HP when passing through a village. That actually looks really good. +1 max HP for every whole resource gain, +1% to vampirism if the hero already has it. That is actually really big as well. I think for that, I will take out a single cheese. Incredible. I think we are set up for our warrior to go out on the run. And I'm so damn keen for it to happen. Have I got the correct deck selected? Yes. There's our Storm Temple, there's our Forest, Smith's Forge, Battlefield. All of it set up. I could put wheat fields in if I desperately wanted to. But I think that's actually probably just not necessary. I think they're very, very easy and they give you very low rewards. We'll also have a look at what traits we're going to want to have active here. Have the chance to attack with Blood Lightning equal to your Vampirism. 40% chance not to use a healing potion upon usage. That's actually really, really good with the Warrior, because the Warrior also has strong aftertaste, getting plus 1.5 damage every single time the potion is drank. Let's turn off all of the ones that are just bonuses to something small after killing an enemy. No. Yeah, we'll turn off absolutely all of those. I'm just going to be leaving on Gift of Blood as well as the Bottomless Bottle. And my supply is selected on the correct one. We are ready to go. Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what I'm immediately seeing is that a Storm Temple in this position covers these 3 spaces as well as these 8. Total of 11 space coverage. A Storm Temple could even theoretically go here, covering 2 spaces and then another 5. We're just not getting a huge amount of coverage with it. Gonna just equip our basics here. Let's also get the arsenal out. Where is this least going to be required? Something like this. I do want to put down a river. The river is almost certainly going to want to start in this area. So, like, it's starting here, and then coming down like this, looping around itself, and then going back up there. Actually, you know what? This land is so unusable for rivers. The river probably wants to start over here, and then come around this way. I like this loop. It looks like a funny pistol. It really does. It, like, honestly, it just needs a hammer, I think it's called. The hammer of the pistol, because this is obviously the handle, and that's your little barrel tipping out the top there. This thicket placement just gets decided by where I ultimately want to put the rivers. What if I just had the river go... No, because it wants to go diagonally. That's the best for it. I just can't have it cross itself either. And it does have to go near to a... It has to go near to the wasteland at some point so that I can get my sirens early on. God, I have so many constrictions on my placement here, actually. This is really unfortunate. I did not attempt to put that down. I'll tell you right now, that literally I was still hovering over that space. I need to replace my mouse. Oh well. It's double clicking every time I click the mouse. This is gonna get infuriating, isn't it? Okay. I think we will take this placement. I'm gonna use the spacebar to pause the game from now on. Retaliation damage on the helmet, just a default amount. Okay, time to start our river. I don't hate the idea of the river starting to the left of this space. Just because then I can immediately put a battlefield there and I will have my first shipwreck. It's also immediately doubling this thicket. Then I can go 1 space over, 1 space up. Then it's doubling that 2 times. It doesn't really need to be doubling that 2 times. And then this one's only doubling 1 space even. Gosh. Yeah, this really could have been done differently. But I'll know that next time. So if I place that there, that would immediately burn. We have our first burning forest, and then I can just ride around that corner with the rest of it. I like that. So this is why we're putting the forests in the line of the Storm Temple. They burn. Trees that were struck by lightning and burned to ashes are filled with a new power. It gives it 0.5 pure damage, which is actually doubled by the river as well. So we get 1 extra pure damage per attack, which will only increase. First Vampire Mansion. I don't really want to place that until I know where my first village is going to be. Kind of not a good first loop. We really wanted some suburbs. Or just the ability to spawn enemies. Honestly, anything that allowed us to spawn enemies would have been great. There's our first battlefield. Wait a second. I screwed up. Oh, because that's not going to go up anymore? This battlefield is not going to transform? Alright, fine. I'm building a battlefield here, I think, then. I'll just have to curve by it later. Oops. Thickened forest. This mouse is actually causing huge problems at this point. I might try and replace this mouse very quickly. Give me a second. Okay, this should cause fewer problems. Now, this forest. I mean, do I just want the pure damage immediately? Probably. Can I up mouse sensitivity now? Nope. Okay, this is just going to be a very, very light touch mouse. Got it. Forest and suburbs. Finally get our first. So ideally the suburbs wanted to be kind of here. Next to the river. Oh boy. You know, I almost immediately want to restart this run. But the last time I wanted to do that, it turned out to be a really good run, so I'm gonna rely on that hope paying off. Okay, another suburbs makes it a lot better. A village for our vampire mansion, finally, as well. So I am going to want to start placing around the cozy camp, lest I have an unfortunate time. I'm going to turn this immediately into a ransacked village and then put a cemetery there. So we've got 3 of the spaces around the cozy camp covered. 3 fewer spaces we can be attacked by a Lich's palace from. And we get a little bit of help from our crossbowmen taking out this area. Perfect. We're to start continuing in this area. We get far more experience per enemy now at 7. Doing well, Sportive Yams, yourself. A thicket can easily go here for the doubling immediately. Ooh, nice helmet in retaliation damage as well as defense and vampirism. We'll definitely be replacing that. Move on. Perfect. Suburbs are really starting to get off to a start. Okay, I'm feeling a lot better about this now that I have more things placed. Deadstep says, "Hi Raps, I was about to dare you to restart just before you brought it up, but I like that you conquer the mistakes." Honestly, it's a thing internal to myself. Like, if I was playing alone, I probably would have restarted that. But it also probably wouldn't have made me happy to have restarted it. Because then, you know, what's perfect enough to never want to restart it? Right? What is a good enough run? What counts? The bar always ends up moving. So at some point, I kind of had to just decide that I'm going to attempt to make every run work. And then when you start treating every run like it'll work, more of them do. Are we doing a lightning meme build? It's not super lightning meme. We do have 4 of the equipment that allows us to reflect the lightning it would otherwise give us. But we're trying to get burning forests for pure damage a lot as well. Okay. Dominant mass. Damage is increased by 20% of the defense value. Article protection. I'm going to be taking second thoughts, looking for something with more scaling here. I don't find any scaling. I do find Gift of Blood, so I can start getting vampirism into my build a lot more effectively. If I have attack speed and pure damage, vampirism makes a lot of sense as a thing that gets paired with those. So I'll take the Gift of Blood. Not really what I wanted, but it's what we got. Up, across one more space. Wait, it won't go across one more space. Ideally. Dominant mass scales pretty well, Amo. So our defense at the moment is 7. Dominant mass at the moment would be... I think dominant mass is always going to be behind our pure damage right now. But also, dominant mass I can pick up later. I guess I could pick up either of them later. The feeling, or rather the choice there, felt to me largely arbitrary. Attack speed of 3% or regen of 1. I prefer the slightly higher vampirism. River continues up one space. We get our shipwreck off. Counter of 8% on the ring. I can take it, I can not. I'm gonna very quickly try and up the sensitivity on this mouse. Sorry about the tech issues here at the very start. I really, like, I should have just sent that mouse back for warranty ages and ages and ages ago, and I got everything done except for sending them the mouse, so now we have an email outdated a year old that's saying, hey, you gonna send us that mouse for RMA? Oops. Device, mouse, cursor speed. Let's... Oh my god. Why is this mouse not working? It can't just be my PC, right? Okay. We're good now. That's it. Tech issues over. Suburb immediately doubles if it's in this position. Doubles in terms of the experience per second it's giving us. That's definitely going to end up being a forest as well. So I know I can just burn that. Thicket's another helmet with vampirism. It's just the counter replaces the defense on that one. Probably not. We will take the damage to wall ring though. So I'm pretty green in this game. Can you explain the landscape thing you're doing? So what I'm doing is the river is doubling the effective landscape tiles around it. I'm using suburb landscape tiles on one side of it in order to accelerate my early experience because we're in a long campaign here. And on the other side, I'm attempting to double attack speed from thickets. And when I get the lower level of thickets, which is forest, I use the interaction between forests and the Storm Temple to burn them, giving me pure damage instead of a smaller amount of attack speed. So ultimately, I'm looking to try and provide bonus experience as well as bonus pure damage and bonus attack speed from my AoE. From my landscape. That gives me the ability to focus more individually on the statistics that I want to curate as an individual champion, as an individual hero in this run. Yeah, this river's going to be kind of boring for a moment here, unfortunately. Hey, Seamus. Good to see you. Thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription. Enjoy your modes in chat. Welcome back to the Republic. Maybe I start enclosing my suburbs here. That's going to be really, really early to cut off my suburbs, though. Oh, God. Where's my next Storm Temple even going? I do like the idea of the Storm Temple covering the boss fight. As well as the Siren fight. This is actually a pretty good position for a Storm Temple, just in general. I'm gonna pop that bad boy. Now a forest. Can just straight up pop those along the line still. This one's definitely going to be a thicket as well. Same up there. So we can just pop that early. A village? Question mark. So we've got the wooden warriors there. We will eventually want to deal with those ourselves. Definitely not trading this armor just for the counter percentage there. Perfect. Leveled up. Skilled armor. Defense is increased by 1 after every loot. There's also survivalist. Your HP drops below 30%. Your regeneration is doubled. And the ability to stun each enemy for 1 second at the start of battle. I'm going to take the skilled armor off, giving myself a little bit of scaling defense. It's only 4 so far, but 4 can matter. More river. Continue snaking suburbs on there. Uh-oh. Well. Oops. I definitely forgot that was going to be happening so soon. And also, allowing the Lich to build that many things got me a bunch of extra space towards the next boss. That might be the thing that kind of breaks the camel's back on this one, but we'll see. We'll see. If it does, it will be kind of a merciful break, I think, a little bit. Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is kind of dismal. Well, we'll have a better river next time. This forest. We can just burn that one immediately there. Battlefield. This one will overlap with the other one's AoE. Getting us our first blood path. Ooh, she summons jellyfish now. Summoner. Ability to summon a jellyfish on every 3rd attack. And then also gets protected, and it also will have liquid. Yeah, so it's slimy. Gives the positive 20% evade. Hey! Yeah, as it turns out, these fights are going to get really hard for us. Let's upgrade the shield ridiculously right there. This is good. I do want a dense area of real difficulty. Blade of Dawn. Every morning, the hero's sword is filled with sunlight, causing its next attack to deal 2 times damage to all. Love that. Didn't really need it immediately, but do love it in general. Finally, a huge upgrade for our weapon. It really does feel like a lot of our different upgrades have been languishing for a while. Smith's Forge. Gosh, I think I will actually pop this bad boy. Damage to wall of 6. Huge upgrade there too. Oh boy. I'm just gonna stay. Let's see if we actually can do this. Alright. No. We can't kill the Lich without having to get revived. That bodes so poorly for us. Oh, the Bodal! Okay, pure damage, damage per second, and evasion versus regen per second. We'll take pure damage and damage per second evasion. Upgrade basically all of the other weapons as well. Attack speed and vampirism versus pure damage, defense, and evasion. I'm gonna take pure damage, defense, and evasion again. Try and keep my HP up where possible. I mean, that was an insanely buff Lich and you killed it. But it also killed me! At least once! That's too many times! I think I'm gonna snake this up, across, up, away. Just in general there. And then if it's going up, across, up, away, down, away. So it's gonna hyper circle this area. So that's gonna be a really good location for a thicket. And then it could go down one space and then up. It loops from there. I know that this space is going to be a burning forge. Just make sure I remember, now that you've done the boss, you can stay in the map and collect resources. This is the 4th chapter. So actually what's going to be happening here is I am going to face the other bosses now. Which will bode even worse for my health. Use the Oblivion to remove a difficult space for myself right there. Also going to start continuing to remove these Lich's Palaces so that I can actually use those spaces more usefully myself. Forest, that's going to go up there. I actually kind of want it to come down, so this would be another forest, and then it goes loops on that bottom side. And that can easily be a forest, that's fine. I should also probably get down another one of these Smith's Forges. Especially before we get to the Blood Paths. Seems a good idea to me. Maybe even one more up here. I got so many Smith's Forges early, I really didn't want that many of them early. A little bit disheartened by how many we got, in fact. Like, I'll eat my equipment and it'll give me stacks of buffs that are eventually going to be useful. But that's like eventually. I really didn't need this many of them. Okay, that's looping around that way, going down on the bottom side now. Loop, down, up, across, down. So this again, thicket. One space down, also another thicket later. I'm really, really pleased with this as our deck construction. I think this deck construction is correct for us. Oh my god. Can I get one of the scaling ones, please? One of the ones that's good. Gosh. Yeah, I guess I take survivalist. Oof. I really didn't want that at all. In no way, shape, nor form. I'm gonna slap down 2 Ransackeries there. Get one of them to get a bandit camp, unfortunately. Another thicket for there. It's getting harder to just blind place these forests because I don't know where the rest of the river is going to go. I'm also not really going to be able to do anything with storm temples after this point. Not really. Unless I'm okay with burning some of my thickets. Oof. Let's just do the play that we know the play for. The one that's easy. The one that kind of puts itself down. I wonder if I might put a bookery in this build the next time I try and create it. Extra damage to wall and extra defense, as well as extra retaliation, even better. I wonder if a bookery might specifically go quite well in this build. A cemetery, I'll happily put one after a ransacked village. Or before one. Healing when countering is not a good talent. I don't really do counter builds with this character at all. It may well be, but it's kind of something I haven't really experimented with. I'm sure that if I went all in on it, it would definitely be good. Even more suburbs. Soon we're going to actually have to fill out that area. Bonus experience at the moment is 33 per kill. It's gotten us a lot of levels. It's just, unless the levels then help us scale as well, it feels a lot worse. Okay. Damage to wall of 7. Sorry, of 6, and then extra attack speed as well. That's actually probably worth it still. And just straight up pure damage of 7 as well. Next Vampire Mansion. Guess this one's covering that entire area already. That one's a bandit camp at the moment. This one can be a Vampire Mansion easily. I really need to just keep my eye on this top left spot. Oh. Attack speed and counter up. That's a lot of attack speed. Damage to wall and vampirism. Huge upgrade there too. Defense of 4 and regen per second of 2.5. No, we're down. That's going to loop up there and then down for 2 spaces before it goes up and around. Really? Or is it just going to stay on the downside? Turn all of that into road, have fishmen and reeds. Fishmen and reeds doesn't seem that bad. If that's indeed where we even make it. 6% on the vampirism, as well as just 23 retaliation damage. Not bad. River continues. I do kind of want to just get a third battlefield over here and just have the entire area be blood plots between those 2 villages. You know what? I'm doing it. This is absurd danger over here, but I'm going for it. Here, Ants, what's your favorite boss in terms of aesthetics? It has to be the Hunter. Oh, it has to be the Hunter. The black hole in the center of the wolves? Oh. Mwah. Beautiful design. Okay, let's have a quick look at this equipment. Absolutely, we'll be taking the giant vampirism there. Damage to wall and attack speed, even better. A sword of lesser damage, higher defense, more regen per second. No. I really actually like our loadout at the moment. Oof. All's well that's going well. Please give me aftertaste at one point. 10% chance upon hit of stunning a target for 1 second. I'll take it. Pure damage, defense, and regen per second on the shield. No, I really prefer the damage to wall. We do have a lot of AoE fights still. Speaking of, immediately cleared that one off the strength of our AoE. This would cover 4 spaces that are kind of spicy spaces. Pure damage, damage to wall, and vampirism. Incredible stats. More than happy to have more of each of those. I don't know. We might actually be able to take out the Hunter here. I feel very powerful for Loop 6. Like, absurdly powerful for Loop 6. River even continues. Beautiful. That thicket goes along the top side. We already know where that one's going. Smiths falls in these forests. So if it loops around on the bottom side up there, then it's going to want to loop up, around, and then kind of like down into diagonal. Maybe it's fine for me to turn both of these into burning forests then. And then if it's going to go from a diagonal there back in, it'll want to do that immediately back out afterwards. So that means these can also be forests. Better to have them played than not right now. Another battlefield. I mean, I like this one being a battlefield. Oh, no, hang on. That's going to cut off the river eventually. It's fine. We're about to die. Could you please stop? Why don't you make me? Absolutely made me. An alchemist shelf? Oh my god, I really do want that for the extra max number of potions. We will be taking that and then retreating. You know what? We deserved it. We got our lumps. Upgrade this mud hut. Give myself the ability to take a little bit more out on the supplies. Let's drop. So alchemist chef is from up here. Let's get the extra alchemist shelf in. Is there anything else I wanted to trade there? Yes. I also want to try and get at least a bookery into this build so that I can be a little bit more specific about my build early on, and get rid of the extra forests that I don't need. So that's in expedition, cards, and bookery. That I can also still have vampire mages if I want them from the bookery. But that should be completely fine. Good. That served as a great beta test of what we're going to be doing now. I'm going to remember here to focus on building around the cozy camp as soon as I can. This arsenal can easily go there. We've got it this time. No misplays. I refuse to be misplays Yorg. Oh, the suburb immediately. Incredible. Okay, let's plan out our first river. I think our first river I can't make the river snake over itself and build suburbs early, easily. So I think what I really want to do is just make sure that the river is affecting them well. Where's our Storm Temple going to go? Storm Temple affecting this entire line would be nice. That's not really going to be viable. So I can take out that entire line. I can take out this line and that line. 8 spaces-ish. Maximum with a Storm Temple on any area here at the moment. 3 and another 5. Yeah. Max around that. So that goes there. If the river starts in this position, that gives it the ability for... Wait, hang on. We just started the loop and we went down. This is another thing that I need to be aware of. Where am I going to put my battlefield and how is that going to be adjacent to a river early on? My battlefield could just go here and then a river starts here, immediately transforms the battlefield. That's the first thing that ever happens. It starts moving up in this direction and I start building my suburb here. I actually really like that. Let's do it. A lot of decision making there, but you saw last run. What happens if I don't spend the time appropriately doing that? My god. Second suburb early, legitimately incredible. If I'm gonna want to get anything early, it's gonna want to be suburbs, and then also the ability to spawn enemies so that I can get more cards quickly. Okay, here's our first Storm Temple. I was going to place it there. Covering a total of 8 tiles. What else? Yeah, that's 8 tiles as well, but I can't do that. I think, yeah. I think 8 is the max. Taking it from this area. And then if I know I'm building around this Storm Temple, and I know that I'm going river, 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 river. Our first viable burning forest is like up here. I think I'm actually just going to construct these around the Storm Temple over here. Get myself the pure damage without any modification just yet. Hey, Starlight Silverwing, thank you very much for the tier 1 subscription, Joe Remotes in chat, and welcome back to the Republic for the 6th month. So there was no mouse trouble last run? Not at all whatsoever. Wait, no, hang on, there was. And that's what killed the run. Not bad decision. Seriously, there won't be any. Good to see Starlight. Okay, hang on. River, 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 river. That eventually wants to be a forest. River. No, I kind of want the river to ride along the bottom side here for a second. And then up, then across, then up. So that means that... Well, I mean, it actually doesn't change the placement of this forest. This just goes back in the same place. When in doubt, blame the equipment. Exactly. A good workman always blames their tools. That's what I've heard. That's what everyone keeps saying to me. I'm pretty sure it's true. Sounds like a great time, Starlight. I was playing the Tiny Tina Wonderland with Peak last night. It was a lovely, lovely time. Do I want a Smith's Forge yet? Kinda. But I'd prefer to re-roll it with a bookery if I had the ability. So I know that the suburbs can finally start building up. Vampire Mansion, gosh. I think I put the Smith's Forge here. I mean, I need to start planning around the prevention of our spawns here. In fact, a vampire mansion here is also quite effective for doing that. And will be. Oh, thickets and rivers. It begins. Okay, this starts here and then starts going to the left, right? Yes, so that I can make the battlefield go off first. And then it goes to the left, up one space, left, left. So I know that both of these can safely be thickets. Good hat, has a little bit of pure damage, but not the attack speed or regen per second that we would want. Okay, small fry forest. I'm gonna pop one more down. I'm gonna stop with the forest for a little bit here. Hold off if at all possible. I could also start putting some thickets in here. In fact, I think I should do that too. The difference between a forest and a thicket is that a thicket gives you 2% hero attack speed, whereas a forest gives you 1% hero attack speed. However, if you put the thickets into your deck, you also get the forests. So it's effectively just a weaker version of the thicket per unit placement, I guess. But you can also do other things like we're attempting to do, as in transform them, so you just get full value out of them anyway. Because a thicket and a forest would both burn into a burned forest. There's no burned thicket. Early Oblivion, nice cemeteries. Okay. I like this a lot. Let's put a cemetery on either side of the start. So far, the Lich's Palace is going to try and spawn in everywhere 2 spaces away from the Cozy Camp. So here, it will be denied. Here, it'll be denied. Spawn, spawn. It'll spawn one here. Denied, denied, denied. Spawn, spawn, denied, spawn, and spawn. We can continue changing those odds. And will. Ideally, I would like no Lich's Palaces to spawn, but I'm not certain that'll be super realistic for us. There's our battlefield. Lots of skeleton archers. Exactly. So we also have crossbowmen helping us in the in our cozy camp fight. But the skeletons can also spawn archers who will be ranged helping the boss fights. Oops. Whatever, it'll be fine. I think. Hopefully. Oh, equipment, baby! Retaliation damage of 15, damage of ridiculous, counter and vampirism. Honestly, literally, it's just gonna be better. And now we get our siren, as well as our chest. Oh, this is so good. Surveyor. Each time the hero passes through a tile, he will heal 0.5 times the loop HP for each non-road tile around it. We don't have many non-road tiles at the moment. Blade of Down is the best one here for us. Love getting some AoE wherever possible. Village. I could immediately ransack this. That's not an awful idea. But I also did want to set up a little village hotspot around here. Kind of mid-loop for some healing. I think I'm going to start setting that up, actually. Do you get a bonus for one long river, or is it the same if you make 2 rivers? You can't make 2 rivers. The river must be contiguous, and if you finish a river, it's done. Ooh, good suburb. So this is the second cross. We know the thicket goes there, but we also know we need thickets in both of these positions. Perfect. I know that's going across, up. So those 2 can also be thickets. But that also means this is going up and then across, so this space is safe. Cool. Attack speed of 10 as well as defense 10, probably still worth it. Vampirism definitely worth it. Another spurb. I want to focus on the ones that are going to be adjacent to the river as soon as possible, but I guess it doesn't matter if they're way further than the river. So I'll try and turn this into a town. Get now thicket down there. So currently we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces where we can still have spawns for the Lich's Palace. I've got 1 Oblivion, so I have the ability to delete one of them after the fact, so I can kind of, not retroactively, I can, I guess, yeah, it's kind of like a retroactive defense. It's not a proactive defense, certainly. Your damage counter vampirism. Honestly, it's just enough much HP there that we need it. Get our first town for 2 experience per enemy kill rather than 1. Lovely little quest kill there. Unfortunately, nothing. Oh my god. We can counterattack during evade, or we can counter for healing. Buddy, I want to take somersault. I'm not happy about it. We got all of the suburbs early. We just didn't get anything I wanted to get with the suburbs early. Yeah, this will go up 1 space, across, I think, still. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't going to do that, but it will do it now. Okay, literally every time I play something now, I need to be aware of the fact that it may spawn the boss. Counter. Do I want to up my counter percentage at this point? I guess, yeah. I'm going to put another thicket there, because that's actually another block. I could put the river down, and it would get me more experience per second right now. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 more spaces I still want to block down here, and they can't be blocked with anything that I have in hand, so I'm going to need to wait. Can't block it with a thicket. Slightly higher damage and damage to wall, as well as some higher counter. Nice. Second Oblivion. I may just be responding to the change here. I still haven't seen a single bookery, though. Absolute nightmare not to have seen any of those. Damage to wall and counter up. Maybe, yeah, I've got 33% counter at this point. Maybe I'm a counter deck. Oh my god. I got 39% counter. Well, maybe I should have taken the one that heals me when I counter rather than the one I have. Yeah, I'll go for counter and evasion on that one, sure. Ooh, retaliation 18 and defense 5. Great. I love it when the enemy attack me. I think at this point, I just have to accept that this loop, I am going to be spawning the Lich's Palace. Because I'm starting to lose an unacceptable amount of value. Attack speed 10. No, the 10% doesn't matter to us. Higher damage and some more defense. I really do like having a decent amount of defense here as well as my counter. Feels like I can stand there and say, stop trying to hit me. We can level up even halfway through this. Skilled Armorer. Defense is increased by 1 after every loop. Only one here that really makes sense to us right now. Attack speed 10% as well as... defense 1. Counter evasion. So, wow, that's a lot of loss in our counter just to get a little bit of evasion. I guess this is better. Just via the pure numbers, I guess that one's better. I'm gonna get some evasion as well. Next Storm Temple. How many Storm Temples am I really going to want to put down total? It's kind of the ultimate question, isn't it? I want one to affect the boss. That would be nice. But, like, what's it going to affect 4 spaces from over here? You can have 8 spaces from this position. Even more burning forests. I'm just gonna spawn it. My god. Yeah, I can't let it delete a Oblivion from my hand. Okay, nothing spawned yet. I think the next card I play will spawn the boss, though. Oh, no. You know what? I'm going to try and get through one more loop before I do it. This is also loop... The next will be loop 6. Oh, God. I'm going to lose the Oblivion. The next loop will be loop 6, which is where I fought the Angel next in the last run. Oh boy. I just have to risk it. Yeah, I lost the Oblivion, unfortunately. Okay. Pure defense, defense. Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Just a big enough upgrade. Just a big enough upgrade again. Okay, we've gotten through the loop. Now I am just gonna put all the rest of these down pretty much immediately. There we go. Yeah, it was literally the next one I was gonna play. So I'll oblieve this. Mention that to both vampires. That being a battlefield would actually be pretty good. So having this go at 1 more space. In fact, then battlefield. Ooh, I like that. Both covered by the vampire mansion as well. Right before the rollover with the boss. All good, all good. That's good. I loves that. One more space up, 1 more space across. These forests. Yeah, I don't think this river is going to perfectly snake its way to the very bottom of this area, so I think I can just go forest, 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 forest. And then these thickets, this one absolutely can go here. This is going to go up 1 space across, down, up. And then when that goes there, 1 more space there, but this one will be burning. Oh, this one will be burning. That's good. Oh, that could not have gone better. Oh! Mace of extra 8 damage to all. Damage to all and evasion on this. Yeah. Absolutely. A shield for some more defense as well as some evasion. These numbers are just high enough that it doesn't matter really what they do. No, the defense is still bigger on the other helmet, still, I think, there. River up one more space, and then I know that's going across one more there. I think it's probably time to put down my second Smith's Forge. Maybe even here, right before we get into the gauntlet of ransacked villages. Kind of a buff before the raid situation. Speaking of, this should absolutely be a vampire mansion. No two ways around that one, we just couldn't do it earlier. Everything else is going well. I think we're absolutely gonna squash this lich. Strong aftertaste! Finally! Okay, look. 4th level? Is it... It's not early. Okay? 4th level, it's not early. But it is very good. Gain 1.5 damage for every potion used since this trade is taken. We have 8 potions. I hope to use them constantly, please. Okay, another village. Can ransack that immediately over in the other area. I can also ransack it early here. Basically just depends on whether or not I want to fight them. I do want to fight them. I want as much challenge in my future as possible. As for the thickets, thick for the assets, one over there, and then you're looping around this space. So I know that this and this are both great spaces for thickets. Oh my god, I feel so much better about this run just from the ground up. There's no decision in this run that I feel is like, I would remake that and restart the game. This is one that even in my own time, off screen, completely alone, I wouldn't restart this for the world. I'd reschedule doctor's appointments for this. Storm Temple. I see. I mean, it definitely can't go there. I can interrupt the entire city if I really wanted to. I think I might hold both the Storm Temple and Smith's Forge here. I definitely activated the bookery, right? Like, we all saw me click that button. At least I thought we all saw me click that button. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was another one of those double clicks. It's been a while since I've seen a cemetery, though, so good to see one of those. Suburbs as well. And thicket, I know that's winding around there, and then that's going to be there. Cemetery. I mean, do I want to stop this from being a bloody path? Because I can have it be a cemetery if I wanted instead. No, honestly, it's probably ideal that it's a bloody path. Then this wants to be a cemetery. Great to finally have an Oblivion when I know what I'm going to be using it on. I've got 2 bandit camps I can take out with it. One even in the near future. Sure. Let's take that one out. Not like the bandit was posing many problems, but they do scale up effectively, I've seen. Okay, I'm now actually questioning whether or not the bookery is actually active. Before I was joking. Snake, 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 snake. Up, and then that's gonna want to go across there for a while. Just evasion 7% as well as decent damage. No, the damage to wall is still super crushing the other one in the air. It absolutely has to be a vampire mansion. I mean, it's just no contest. There's nothing else that wants to go into a position like that right now. We'll stay. We almost spawned the next boss, and we hadn't even killed this one yet. All right, Lich, you and me. Incredible. Oh my god, all of the confidence is worth having. It was correct. Well confident. Nonsense, this is impossible for so many reasons. Huge damage to wall, 8 damage to wall on that sword. Some pure damage, evasion, attack speed, just higher damage as well itself. Pure damage and damage to wall, great upgrade there too. Thicket follows, or rather the river follows around there. Thicket will, boy, probably be there next. Someone drop a bookery though, please. Like legitimately though, like actually though, please. Good lord, what was this fight? Battering Ram, Second Thoughts, Article of Protection. I think I'm going to take Second Thoughts. Possible bottomless bottle we could get here. Oh my god. Bottomless bottle, 40% chance to not spend a healing potion upon usage. Incredible for us. So I want to get as much max HP as possible and not vampirism. I actually don't really care about vampirism in this build at this point. I want to take damage. Yeah, that's where that's gonna go. And then suburb up in the same space again. I mean, I can go there for 2 though. 2 more placements for 2. No, we'll just do 1 there. Forests. So if I snake along the top there, and I come down for 1 space, go across, up, across, down. I can follow 2 burning forests. It's going across, so across, down for 1 space, and then this can go here. Actually, that will also burn, so I'll not make that a thicket. We'll do that later. Oh, buddy. Attack speed, counter evasion, retaliation damage. Yep. Actually, no. Damage to wall and evasion. My god, that's so much better. Still looking for a shield upgrade soon. That was it, I believe. Yes. Oh man, we're gonna get so much pure damage as soon as the river starts snaking around there. Okay, how many more spaces can I cover? I can cover 4 spaces down here. I can cover 4 spaces up here. Let's do that one, just complete that area. I know I'm basically gonna want vampires in pretty much every fight, so. Oh, the rivers! The rivers come to our aid. I want the fights to be as difficult as possible for me as well right now. Okay, let's get another shipwreck. Even more suburban work up here. Ultimately, I will want to just continue the line up 3 and then just fatten it out until I have all my towns. And then, by that point, hopefully I will have my first bookery, and it can help us cycle some of these. Oh my god. They said it wasn't allowed. If you put another shipwreck below that one, does it make a blood path? Yes, if I put a shipwreck below this shipwreck, they would both overlap these spaces, and both of those would instantly become blood paths. I almost want that to occur as well, Zora. In the later chapters, the blood clots are weaker. The extra abilities they get actually make them weaker. I'm going to book here, I think. Do I want to pop down these thickets? Ultimately, this entire area could be filled with thickets, happily. There's no problem with that. I will never regret that play. The rest of these I would happily cycle. Oh, Oblivion as well. Let's take out the village question mark there, because then I can make an actual village next to that vampire mansion later if I would like to. It gave us 2 rivers and summer! Incredible. I wouldn't have asked for anything as good as this. Another cemetery. These are going to become counts lands really, really quickly. All these ransacked villages. So eventually they will actually be heals for us. So putting a cemetery between them actually kind of makes a bunch of sense. Other things I can do, kind of put another cemetery up here so that I have more fights around this vampire area. It's about as impactful at the moment. River continues. So I know I'm going to be snaking around this. Then the best effectiveness after that would be snaking down like that. Right? Down, down. I mean, unless I wanted to go like down, down, and then just straight up across like this. Cut through there. So that would mean this, this, and this can also be thickets. Not that many rounds. Yeah, no, we've had one run that kind of failed to accomplish what this run is accomplishing. All I had to do was add in the bookery and have a better opening drawer, as well as a mouse that worked, and it works quite well. Next sticky goes right there happily. I do want as many fights as possible in my near future, so again, I'm just going to immediately turn that into a ransacked village. And then this I'm all fine with burning the entire bottom. Damage to wall and attack speed versus damage to wall and evasion? No, I prefer the evasion, I think, here. Especially considering my attack speed is already largely bolstered by my forests. Two more forests, happily. One more bookery, multiple different suburbs. Suburb, a buddy. I do want another bookery immediately down. I think this is the most reasonable position for it. Just makes the most sense to me. If I want to at some point, I can destroy this burned forest and then replace it with a town. That would actually make it a lot more efficient for EXP over here. Would get us an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An extra 8 just for that one position changing, I think. Which is pretty big, but it might not be impactful by that point in the late game. Shieldmaster. 10% chance upon hit, rather, of stunning a target for 1 second. I think it's the only one that really makes sense here for us. Thicket and battlefield. I can put down another battlefield here, immediately turn that into a shipwreck, and have a blood path on the other side of the boss spawn. Ooh. Drop our damage to wall for 8% more evasion. Yes. Absolutely worth it, I think, there. Don't think any of the rest of these are, though. Alright. Hey, good to see you, Shainika. Sleep well. Great defense. The attack speed modifier doesn't really help me at all, though. Two more forests. One burns there. Alright. Again, we've almost spawned the next boss before we spawn... or before we even fight this boss. But I think we're ready. We're fighting a boss every loop at this point. Drink the bottle, drink the bottle. Oh my god, I'm drinking so many potions. Oh my god, this bottomless bottle is incredible. So much damage over the course of that fight. We drank like 7, 8 bottles? And a failure again. Damage and damage to all. Just Again, too high in the statistical increases not to take it. Pure damage, defense, damage to all. Again, too high on the stats not to... Ooh, hang on, this one as well? 22 defense, 3 damage to all, and then 10% vampirism. I kind of don't want the vampirism still. As for next bookery, I think this is a reasonable position. #21 evasion and vampirism. Still no, I think I prefer the AoE. Big heavy defense helmet, still not really worth our while, I don't think. Pure damage and damage to all on this shield though. So we get 2 more damage to all, but we lose a defense. Wait, we lose 3 defense, but we get 2 more damage to all. Not worth it. Absolutely not worth it. Oh my god, we got him! We got a prime matter there. Fought him, killed him, got him, skinned him. And now we've spawned the next boss. River continues along the upside. A rock. Blood Grove. Hilarious. Not gonna put that down. Definitely gonna use the Oblivion on a village question mark. Pop another one of our own villages up there. Another cemetery, totally good for this position. Another boss, but this time way fewer potions. Yeah, it might be dangerous, sure. I don't feel threatened. Maybe I should, but maybe I don't. Maybe it's fine not to. This Blood Grove could actually cover the boss fight. Yeah, a Blood Grove covering a boss fight I think is very good. Enough reason for there to be just a single one in the build and be happy about it. The increase in damage here is substantial. We lose the evasion. We get vampirism. Pure damage loss as well. Wow, this actually isn't that much better. I'll take it, but oof, that hurt to do. I love those ghouls coming back, giving me more to kill. Two more rivers happily across the top there. Made shorter pausing time to be able to use these rivers rather than re-roll them. Beautiful. %, vampirism gives up all the other stats as well, though. 18 defense, 13 on the pure damage. Pure damage against the hounds specifically? I mean, I have good pure damage already, 22 total. Okay, so Vampire Village, where is not covered? There are 4 spaces not covered down here. Can cover those with 1 Vampire Village. Done. Let's also pop a ransacked village there. This is all going to become very weird once those all become count lands at the same time. Oh, it's going to get strange. Let's put down one final vampire position, I think. Pick up those last 3 areas. Now, if I was going to put down another vampire mansion, that space cannot be covered by it. This space theoretically can be, but it's like, what? It's a single fight. I don't want it to be in the corner, so I'll put it out here. There we go. No more use for any vampire mansions. They are now staying in inventory exclusively. I love having hard rules like that I can just set for myself, because then I can just rely on remembering what I said, rather than making a good choice. Smith's Forge. I would like to have this before the boss fight, near and towards the boss fight. I like here. There seems good. Time for another battlefield. I do really like the danger zone here at the end as well. Although I am about to go through this area, this would be a good area for the shipwreck. Another Oblivion. We can also start removing more of the Lich's palaces with the Oblivion at some point. Although I feel like maybe that's when I get all the Oblivions at the same time and I get to use all of them. Maybe that's when I do that. Bandit camp. Yeah, sure. Regen per second on shields. Defense and counter on shields. No. Oh my god, the rivers? The rivers, though? Extremely cool rivers, though. These rivers are also now, instead of giving us extra attack speed like they did on the other side as they were modifying the thickets and the suburbs, they're now giving us extra pure damage. So hopefully we'll get more damage and less attack speed, and hopefully that means we will have fewer triggers of fatigue. We won't over-attack and exhaust ourselves. Another Oblivion. Same space for a village there. Thicket. I mean, these can easily be thickets. Nothing wrong with that. Wait, hang on. There. And then I was gonna go across like that, like immediately? Rather than like down, up, around. That's so much wasted space. Across. Down, across. No, yeah, no, it just snakes the entire thing, that's fine. Then that's our final suburb. We now need no more suburbs at all. Vampire mansions and suburbs no longer need to be considered. Oblivion for now. We have another bandit space there. I'll take that out. None of those are going to be good enough. Thicket. I mean, thickets I can still place. Just place them in all the safe positions. Level 9 on a helmet for evasion and vampirism. Still doesn't beat the stats of the other one, unfortunately. Another bookery. Yep, I'm getting even more picky with respect to the cards that I can pick up at this point, so very good time for this. Battering ram. Dominant mass. Damage is increased by 20% of your defense value. My defense value is 41, so 20% of that is 8. 8.2. Yeah. Absolutely, why not? Just straight up adds it to my damage stats here at the top. 66 to 99. Okay, I also do want cemeteries down in this area if possible. Ring? What is this ring? It's level 10. It gives you 5% on 3 different stats and 0.5 on another. That's nothing. Heck, it's less than nothing. Pure damage 6, damage to all, and vampirism. I may need some vampirism in the boss fight. But I lose 6 defense to get it? No. I can't do that. Oh boy. Maybe I wanted to have a full hand of cards when I came into the boss fight, just for the most power potential. Time to stay. The hunt begins. Second. We killed the hunter. And then the doggy. We got him. And we had 2 potions left. And then we even got more potions after the fact. We are A-okay here. Also, happy to report, we now finally have our counts lands up. So we're going to be healing in those spaces rather than finding a bunch of enemies. So now I need to make those spaces more difficult later. Get another battlefield there, another blood clot space, another battlefield there, another blood clot space. Forest, suburbs, Smith's Forge. Fine with all of these at the moment. Retaliation damage 28 pure, and defense. I really do like the damage to all the other helmet's doing at the moment. Pure damage, damage to wall. Ooh, that's a way better ring for us though. Time for Oblivion to take out a... Oh god, I don't want to take out this area. But I do want to take out that area as well. I'm stuck between both these desires, conflicting. Well, I know that I can just take out Leech's Palace for fun. And may as well. So, Cemetery, I do want additional fights, basically the entire way around the map, because I'm losing them with no longer having the villages ransacked. Level 11 weapon. Ooh, big damage. Oh, and it's damage to wall. Incredible. Yes. Nah, my current armor with the 8 damage to wall is also much better. Big defense, big damage to wall, unfortunately. Still just not good enough. The quest target here, 20% chance to resurrect from a corpse after 0.7 seconds. So that's the brain surviving. That's what's happening there. Cool. I think I'm gonna start ransacking more villages, basically, immediately then. Let's go one there. Another bookery, happily, if I can find a space for it. I don't think I have any corners that are unutilized at this point. Yeah, no, so it's not going to be glanced over 2 times. That's fine. I just want coverage with them now. Get vampire mages in as many fights as possible. Oh, the river continues. Mirrors would be a hell of a grab if they show up on level. I have... Oh, as in if you could put them down on level? I have the supply. I've got 4 mirrors with me for a rejection chance of 24%, I think, against the Storm Temple pure damage, as well as other instances of pure damage. Another vampire mansion. No, no, no. Cool. Don't need any of these. Can just keep walking. Ooh, that's a lot of max HP. I really do like having a large amount of max HP as this character right now. It's 200 extra for counter innovation. Yep, taking it. Uh, 10 defense and evasion, just straight up evasion. It's only 3% more evasion than the other one. No, definitely not. Vampire Mansion, 2 thickets. Hey, basically I just want rivers at this point, really. Okay. I can basically run it down to the end here if I wanted to. Right? Yeah, I can turn that into a reed and a road if I wanted to. This is the last space where I really need to think that much. Like, where is the river ultimately going to go from here? There, there, there. 1 space over, 1 space down, 1 space over, down, and then try and loop it up as much, and then that's the end of the road for it. I guess that's fine. I feel like boosting the true damage is going to be better than getting mermaids. Yeah, that is very fair. Also, the mermaids aren't really going to spawn on these spaces, I don't believe. Moving it 1 space over does just get me rivers, but then the rivers aren't multiplying anything on the inside. I guess that's all just going to be bookeries and stuff later on anyway. Thicket, thicket, forest, vampire mansion, nothing literally at all. Great. No river, no forest, no suburbs. Next bookery, we're still just looking for relatively even coverage if we can get it. Put it in that space, immediately reforging. Ooh, cemeteries is still definitely worth our while. Incredibly worth our while, rather. Another Smith's Forge. Do just kind of want to get another one on the prep up towards the boss. Attack speed 17%. Yeah, it's dedicated to the attack speed stat, but it's just not the one we need. Next village. That's ransacked. That's ransacked. This could be a village. It's basically the last space. Well, no, hang on. 1 more space over here for another village. Speed 10. Nope, don't care about it. It's mostly valued on its attack speed. Happy to see another Oblivion. So it's gonna go then. No, it was. Oh, it's not gonna have the ability to go far enough along. Okay, no, it goes down 1, across 2, down 2, across, and then up, and that's the end of my building over here. I think I'm gonna put a Storm Temple up here. And it's going to burn this and this, which are both going to be surrounded. Oops. I might have forgotten I was about to spawn God. Might have just forgotten about that. Oh well. What's a god to a warrior? Another river is curling out this way. Really spooky if he obliterates the max HP stat. Better hope they don't do that then, eh? Oops. It might happen. Go there. Oh boy. Oh, this is I'm actually getting quite tense now. I thought we were gonna be fine, but now as soon as the boss starts to spawn, I'm immediately doubting everything I've ever thought. That's all I can do right now. Another river, go across. Shield of regen per second, not really our thing. I can take down another space with Oblivion, almost certainly should. Smith's Forge, and there's a Lich's Palace there, but it's not really doing too much. I'm gonna take out the village question mark. We used the potion in that fight, but we didn't actually spend it, thankfully. Let's get another cemetery down up here. God, I really want to survive this. But I feel so weak. Okay, retaliation damage. 27, we lose 5 off of the back of that. We get evasion and defense. Okay, good, good. And some pure damage. Great, we will replace that helmet. Damage to all and max HP as well as defense. We lose a little bit of evasion and some counter. I do like having evasion, I do like having counter. 100 extra max HP is pretty big though. Also 5 defense. Damage to all, defense attack speed, don't really care about that as much. That's about it. I think that's about it for available upgrades for us. Unless is 25 defense and the damage and pure damage to all. Is that worth more than 10% evasion for us at this point? 1 in every 4 attacks from the enemy will miss us? I'm gonna take it. You are the one who no longer exists. You died trying to hasten our meeting. Why are you here? I left my world and came to this one. Know that I've already defeated you once. Another world? How fascinating. I understand. Probability. Chance. You shouldn't have done this. You've already settled the outcome of this battle in your possibility. I have to help the world where no help is left. You're intruding in the events of other possibilities. This creates chaos. How many of you are there now intruding other possibilities? And how many of these possibilities ended in my victory? and doomed the intruder's world as well. Because of your journey, our struggle will now last for all of eternity. Yes, I understand that now. But you know what? That'll only happen if I lose. Nothing's changed. I'll stop you everywhere I can. Fine. I understand your pursuit. Let us begin our battle here and now. Omega, I am, destroys all card inventory items when the battle begins. Instead of every third attack, removes from existence one item and one of the hero stats. Don't remove my max HP, please. Oh, buddy. Such stunning desire to live. I'm amazed. And still, I can't believe I managed to do it twice. What does this even make me? Will you be reborn as a god of creation now? The cosmos is already waiting for my death. I now embark on my final journey. No, this world will never be the same. Your intrusion interrupted the natural flow of events, interrupted its consistency. Emptiness was this world's fate, and now it has no fate at all. That's not true. Look at us. This was the natural and appropriate outcome. We entered the possibility that it was different from ours, but it wasn't accidental. We did it because of our way of thinking, our principles and capabilities. To put it simply, it was almost inevitable. It fits into the paradigm of this world. Yoda is right. What choice did we have? We helped where we could help. And we'd do it again if we had the chance. You are right. But I am not wrong either. Everything has consequences, and your actions are no exception. Don't forget that. And farewell. Skilled Architect. The hero gets 8 times loot XP each time a map tile is placed. I love the idea of getting something like that. Their Own Peril. Hero has a 60% chance to reflect a ranged shot into a random enemy. When the hero's health falls below 20%, blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna take Skilled Architect just because it seems more interesting than the rest of them. And we will stay. By gosh, will we ever stay? That's the end of our river. Damage, wall, defense, evasion. Incredible. Evasion, vampirism. Attack speed. No, we'll go with that one. Retaliation, defense, attack speed again. How dare you dishonor me with this offer. Pure damage, higher defense, vampirism, no damage to all. Not going to be taking that. Okay. Great. Meanwhile, the poor god's just bleeding out on their throne. I'll cry him a whole river. In fact, I already did. And it gave me a lot of damage and attack speed, which I used to crush him. They really pumped up the power of that blood clot, eh? Suburban Smith Forge. Honestly, I think I should probably just put myself on a kind of like action hiatus until something is incredibly valuable or important. Like all these thickets. And this Storm Temple go up here. Burns a bunch of these burned forests. This is 0.5 pure damage. Now it's 1 pure damage. Now it's 2 pure damage. Now it's 4 pure damage. Now it's 8 pure damage. From just that one space. Catch around, Frostwolf. More suburb, no. More river, no. It actually goes 0.5, 1, and then 2, 3, so 4 total? I don't know what the equation is, because I've tried to figure it out a couple times, and every single time I think I've slipped the wrong direction of it. So I know that the default space, it's not just literally mimicked by each other side when it says doubles the effect of the adjacent landscape tiles. It actually does do an additional effect on top of that. It's like 0.5 gets doubled to 1, doubled to 2. Wouldn't it be 4 and then 8 from the next two? How does this get doubled and then go to 3 rather than 1.5 or 2.5? Strangeness in these numbers to me. That can easily be another city over there if I wanted it to be in the future. We're very quickly going to run out of spaces to place things. Extremely excited for that to happen. So 4 rivers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which means an 8 times multiplier because they each double it. So an 8 times multiplier on the burned forest of 0.5 gives it 4. Perfect. Thank you. That helps. That helps a lot. Just a little bit of help from Math Tutor in the in the chat there for figuring out what's going on with these. Perfect. Now I know. I'll still treat them basically exactly the same, to be fair. Next cemetery goes there. Don't think it'll change anything about the way I approach them. I can actually burn this thicket from here with another Storm Temple. You know what? Burn this entire line of forest through the middle here as well as this one. I like it. I still like it. Burn that one knowing it's going to burn anyway, and then we can make the rest into thickets. And then literally the only roadside adjacencies I care about, the Bookery and the Smith's Forge. Possibly, I don't actually really care about those. I do care about finding more cemeteries, and I do care about finding more shipwrecks. In their larval form. Cemetery goes there, next Bookery goes there. We're so close to just letting the game run itself for a while. Another Oblivion. More space from the... wait, hang on. Yes, that is a Lich's Palace space over there. Finally destroy that. Thicket finishes out its space there. Beautiful. What's this Oblivion gonna go for, though? If you remove a temple with Oblivion, does burn things stay? That's a good question. Yep, they stay burned. Interesting. I mean, yeah, that space is better used as, you know, not that one there. No reason to keep the villages, question mark? Not really at this point. I don't think I want more of them. I can theoretically put them down, but I don't really want them. Still Lich Palace by camp. Yes, yes. Take that out as soon as we can. There's the extra thicket, which we knew was going to be a replacement up here. battlefield perfectly. We can place that. As well as a cemetery into that position. And then I'll put the battlefield on the other side of it, making it immediately into a shipwreck. Probably going to shipwreck this area as well. They just don't seem like they're actually dangerous to us. And the equipment is so good. Damage to wall of 6. Evasion's the same. Defense is slightly lower. It's damage to wall rather than pure damage. Prefer that. No more thickets needed. Another ring with pure damage, attack speed, counter evasion. Nope. Hookery goes down though. Okay, we do have 2 more spaces where a village can theoretically go. I could also destroy another Lich's Palace. I could destroy tiles where villages are currently being held up instead of being able to be placed. And there aren't that many of those, to be honest. Yeah, I might not actually even want villages at this point anymore. Lich's Palace. And cover that final space with a vampire mansion. So the cemetery is finally covered. Level up gives us Gift of Blood. Our vampirism percentage is 14%. Or we can battle with the 75% chance to stun an enemy for 1 second, or each enemy for 1 second. Yeah, I guess we'll take the battering ram. Seems more reasonable than the others. I love seeing all of these spawn at the same time. Oh, baby. Let's go for another armory up there. Finally, we're actually getting good level gear again. Great. 44 to 66 on this with pure damage and count. Oh my god, this is much better though. Lose 2% evasion, get a bunch of countered pure damage, and even more defense. Love it. Same damage, but it's now doing a big amount of damage to all as well. I think I love and prefer that one as well. Nexus Garza asks, do we know how much bonus damage is coming from the potion perk directly? Unfortunately not. I really wish we did, but a good amount. A large amount by this point. Dicey Dilemmas, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Enjoy remotes in chat. Welcome back. Sorry, welcome to the Republic. 8% counter, extra vampirism there. Nope. Pure damage and damage to wall. That'll count. That'll count making that one good. One more cemetery. I think we literally only have 2 spaces remaining for these. Check the battlefield. A Chris knife. Ritual sword. Pure damage 13 added on top of that, as well as 8 defense. I'm gonna take it. I just think that might actually be enough. Specifically, the defense also giving us damage back, because 20% dominant mass, 20% of our defense is also our damage. Thanks a lot of the streams in progress. Why are you still fighting the Lich? The final challenge in Challenge 4 is to fight every boss in order. So the Lich spawns when I reach that completion, then the Priestess, and then the Hunter, and then finally God. We're finally starting to get the Vampire Mages and the Tomes. Counter of 11%, as well as 8 defense. Do I have something performing counterattacks during evades? So no, I would want to skew more towards evade than counter. Yeah, another Smith's Forge can basically always go down, but it's not going to be a huge deal. Higher max HP, as well as 10 defense and 7% vampirism. We lose the evasion, but I think that's definitely worth it. Massive upgrade, though. Ah, the New Jersey Fighting Gods. Ooh, this living armor is actually a bit of an issue when they have 200% HP and all damage done to them is reduced to 1 HP. But the thing is, what they don't know is I want them to make me drink my potions desperately. It only makes me more powerful. I mean, there's the Lich's Palace place there. Let's go for a Forge and a Bookery, both down in this corner. That's really filling out nicely here. 6% on evasion is... Oh, God. Well, I guess the pure damage and damage to wall are now kind of like smaller statistics because the enemy's HP is so much higher, so it represents a significantly smaller effect. Second Cemetery fills out that space. Beautiful. Defense is flat damage reduction, not percentage. Ah, yeah. So 100 defense does not give you invincibility, unfortunately. Get a lot of work towards these books of memory. My God. Defense 10 on the Ritual Sword as well as evasion 7. Yeah. I do want to try and get evasion back into this build if I can. Straight up, just 37% on the retaliation defend and then 12% evasion. That'll do it. Yeah. Now we're dodging 1 in 3 attacks, and when we dodge, we have a 1 in 3 chance, effectively, to counterattack. Hey, good to see you, darling. Yeah, this is definitely an incredible run. Took a little bit of a run up to it, but it got there. Another for... No more of this is Lichland. Is there anything that I really want to destroy at this point? It's entirely possible the answer to that is no. I mean, I could destroy a Bookery and give it the ability to replace my cards more, but I don't... There's not even things I really want to play anymore in the spaces, so... I think we're past that point. Can remove this to get a thicket in this position instead because it's only covering 2 spaces. And that's about it. Oh my God, double battlefield. As well as a Smith's Forge. We've now literally just got those 2 spaces. Fill them out. Fill them out and I can let the run go until it dies. I'll check in every so often. There's a village over here, actually. I missed out on this. Gotta get that down. Perfect. Got rid of the village. Replace it with a cemetery. We are all good. destroy the town for more cemeteries? At this point, nah, I don't think. I don't think I will. I think the play for me at this point is fill out the last space and then set myself to pause every campfire and then literally just let the dude run. I will only assess my materials when I desperately need to. Big sword. Damage to wall. Nope. Don't really care about that much. Smith's Board. That's our last position. Okay. Let it happen. %, lose 4 evasion. Get the vampirism, some extra retaliation damage. I love how much this is doing. Damage to wall. Attack speed up ridiculously, but I don't want it. Oh my god, more HP and then damage to wall again. I don't really care about damage to wall. It's not really how we win anymore. Counter on 10% there? No, I really care about my evasion more than anything else. Can we see any materials? Sure. So far, these are the maps that it looks like we'll be taking home. Damage to wall and evasion. Yep. Happy to get some more evasion back into the build. Ooh, Spider Cocoon and a Meadow. We get 2 cards that weren't even available in our build from the beginning. We had a rock earlier as well. I know that if you play enough things that weren't in your run at the start of the run, you get rewarded for it, but I don't think I will be able to do it on this run, unfortunately. Giant attack speed, if only that was evasion. Again, giant attack speed. Please stop giving me the one stat that I've so well taken care of. Evasion, vampirism, regen, no. I'm looking at everything again. I said I wasn't going to do this, and then I immediately started doing it. I knew this was going to happen. I was trying to set my own expectation for myself going in by saying it wouldn't. And yet. 14 again. Nope. This is an incredibly robust material run right here. I'll take my helmet off. My headset off for a period of time here. As it's just gonna... Whoa! Hang on. Maze of Memories. Does nothing. Takes up a lot of space. I mean, if I get the ability to play in Oblivion, I would like to put that down. It would be nice to be given the credit for having done that. Nope, we're about to lose it. There it goes. Ooh, big armor. Big damage to wall. Counter again. No. Pure damage and defense. That's a lot of pure damage and defense. I will take that. A Dirk with a decent amount of evasion unfortunately loses too much damage to really put that on. Damage to wall and evasion 10%. Yep, that'll replace it too. Ooh. No, the Dirk already has some 10 defense on it as well. Yeah, the evasion is definitely worth the difference in damage and the up defense here, I think. Pure damage, pure defense to all. I really want the evasion on the shield, but I will just take that as a flat upgrade. These general explosions of new materials is working out quite well. Oh, no, again, regen percent. Nope. Pure damage to wall and regen per second. Again, no. Stop giving me attack speed. Just give me evasion. Damage to wall and vampirism. Nope, no evasion. I haven't even really looked at my health in ages. It's not really a relevant statistic to me just yet. Oh, baby, did it ever just become a relevant statistic? Yeah, so we have access to Oblivion now, but I don't really care about Oblivion as much as I just want... as much as I wanted the ability to put down the map maze thing. What I can do, though, is blow that up, get some more metamorphosis. First revive. Oh yeah, we're probably gonna leave this loop, but even if I die, I'm just gonna use the skulls. We'll be fine. In fact, I quite anticipate it. Damage wall defense and evasion on that. If I really wanted to try and stay alive. Damage wall of 20. Really, the worst thing for us is when the golem, the iron golems here, the iron sheets of armor, the suits of armor, the animated suits of armor. I got there in the end. The worst thing for us right now is that when they get the quest HP, life just becomes really hard. I think that's what's consistently done it to me so far. I will say, going into the start of the day, though, oh, incredible. Our loot from these is not incredible. A Dirk with slightly higher evasion, doesn't have the defense, does have vampirism, lower damage though. I'm gonna go and do another one of these. Just in case I don't have the opportunity to again. So if I really wanted to, I could leave in 2 spaces time, but I think I just want to let the run continue going as far as it can get. Because I have the skulls to pay it off. No, that damage to wall I don't... maybe that damage to wall is worth it. Do need the ability to take out the backliners at the same time. Evasion on this armor, as well as damage and damage to wall. Incredible. Actually, those two pieces were huge pickups for us right there. Card Sharp, as well as supplies. The only one here that literally makes any difference to us is Article of Protection. After receiving this trait at the start of each loop, the hero receives 65% of his max HP as a Phantom Shield that persists between battles. Damage to the Phantom Shield ignores defense. Yeah, our performance in the last loop and this loop is night and day. Highest level Dirk loses out on the defense for 5% evasion up. Oh, yikes. It's not even that much higher in damage. It's 2 levels higher though. Oh, buddy, that hurts. Should we go up and go until we get every level up reward? I don't think we will be able to go that far. I think the game will stop us with its scaling before then. Oh, baby, what's this? Ow, bugger. Great piece if I needed the attack speed, but I don't. Attack speed counter, pure defense. No. Hey, silly. Good to see you. Evasion, attack speed counter, retaliation damage as well. Passing quite happily on all of those. This is the part in the loop last time where I was in danger. I am not in danger, interestingly, this time. The equipment changes seem to have taken effect. Hey, we got another prime matter. Chrono crystals. I don't think I have anything that triggers daily, so chrono crystals aren't actually really going to help us at all. Oh. 10 more damage? Still don't think that's worth it. Way higher retaliation damage and damage to wall and defense and evasion. Incredible. Great helmet. Huge change there. Give up 10 defense. You know what? That's so much more damage with the pure damage as well as its up damage on base. You get to take that. Counter vampirism, no. Pure damage and vampirism now. Yes. No, cool. Do we still want to remove the burning forest and replace it with the suburb? Not really. It's entirely possible, but I don't think we need to do it anymore. Yeah, looks like our gear upgrades will keep us alive for a while longer now. Yay! It'll give us a lot more material to take home. Hilariously, immediately almost died after saying that. I mean, look, it's the only appropriate way for the game to experience delivery of comic timing, I guess. Getting ready to kill me as soon as I say something slightly boastful. Pure damage, damage to all defense, and slightly lower evasion, but way better on all the other stats. All right. And we survived this loop. So far, I would almost put money on no. 17 just with more pure damage again. A lot of pure damage, but without that vampirism, I think we're dead right now. $18. Slightly better evasion, slightly lower defense, slightly lower retaliation damage, more damage to wall though. Speed and vampirism again. Why does it always have to be that? Don't give me the attack speed, give me big vampirism. That'll be good enough for me right now. Counter evasion, no damage to all. Probably not impactful enough. Considering the other one's already doing damage to all as well. Oh, damn it again. It's always 14% attack speed. Still need the evasion too much to really remove that armor. Oh, God. Same with everything else that dropped there. This isn't super important to do. I'll just do it when I have the ability. 17 on this. Evasion and vampirism. We lose the pure damage and damage to wall. Worth it. Evasion's only getting more important at this point. Sorry, vampirism's only getting more important at this point as the evasion is not keeping me single-handedly alive anymore. And... boom. Yep, I'll take the 10% evasion there. If I can get myself up to 50% evasion without really losing too many in the other stats, I'll be very, very pleased. Shouldn't be impossible for us. There, I'm gonna fill that area out just because it looks a little nicer like this. I wonder if it's worth blowing up the villages, or if it... right, just to stop the quests from occurring? Maybe, but also, there is a part of me that doesn't think this run should continue forever. Counter evasion, vampirism, pure damage. The damage stat is just way too low to justify itself at this point. Very quickly trying to scan all of these items for anything that looks like it might be slightly promising. Damage to all, counter, vampirism. Pure damage, loses the evasion, unfortunately. I would say the heat death of the universe will occur before this run ends, but given the setting, exactly, this run will end at the heat death of the universe. There's one extra vampirism on the no. Counter defense. Nope. Covered on all of these fronts. Walls, not that much. This is definitely not one of the runs where I will be able to get up and go make myself a coffee, unfortunately. I'm certain that it would die in that time. It's come quite close and need a little bit of inventory adjustment a couple times here to survive. Quest Golem with the mermaid buff can definitely just pop him. Yep, absolutely. Wouldn't even be slightly difficult for it to do so. Level 20 ring. Pure damage, regen, and evasion. Sure. Actually, legitimately good enough. Helmet of a lower level has more evasion, but loses so many of the other stats to really make up for it. Defense and vampirism loses the evasion stat, unfortunately. Nope. None of those bottom my biscuit. I think this might be our final battle. Final loop, rather. That's not me correcting myself, that's changing after the fact what I actually said, but I stand by it, whatever it was. It really does just seem like that stretch of fights there that really gets us as bad as it does. Your damage, wall, and defense. Yeah, I'm gonna lose my numbers there because those numbers were a lot better. And some vampirism. Yeah. Why do we only have 5 equip slots? We are playing the warrior. The warrior only gets access to, by default, 4 equip slots in the armor, shield, ring, and rapier. And we also have a arsenal, so we have 1 more equip slot. There's no such thing as having all equip slots on any character in this game. That's just not how it works. I remember for the first couple of episodes that went up on YouTube, a lot of people were asking, why are you not equipping the other slots? There's another ring slot. There's another ring slot you could use. Nah. Sorry. Wish it could, but can't, so won't. Vampirism, regen, evasion. Slightly higher max HP. Defense counter, vampirism. Ooh, evasion and damage to all. Did just want that evasion. Also starting to get some regen, which is actually, I don't know, maybe pretty significant. Maybe in the right kind of fight. Evasion, vampirism, regen. Yep. So what's my evasion now? 37? Definitely worthwhile. Do you ever figure out what the 2 broken equip slots are for? So that looks like a collar. That looks like a quiver. So my immediate assumption, with no information beforehand, we lose the evasion, but we get the vampirism back. It's also so much more damage. My assumption is that that's some sort of a hunter or ranger kind of character, like a beast master kind of situation. Damage wall, evasion counter. It's just better enough to be equipped. They've considered making DLC with more characters at one point. I wouldn't be surprised if that was an idea that was possibly revisited at some point in the deeper future. Okay, Steel Golem almost got me there. Higher level, lower damage, loses all of the regen, gets evasion. Sorry, loses all the pure damage as well. No, definitely not. One on armor, but it's attack speed again. Why does it always have to be the attack speed? I'm still hunting for the battle that is good enough to... There we go. Woo! Okay. Resources taken home. Ridiculous amount of stable wood, preserved rocks. Wait, that's all of what we would lose. Hang on, I'll be taking all. Thank you. We'll be taking home 93 stable wood, 38 food, 14 metamorphosis, 4 orbs of craft, 5 of evolution, 28 of afterlife, 3 of astral orb, bunch of books of memory and stable metal, preserved rocks, orb of immortality. Incredible. Great run. We retreat victorious. This will also now give us the ability to level up more of the stuff back at base, including the shack. I can't level up the cemetery right now, apparently. I'm gonna go craft myself with alchemy the materials to be able to do so. There we go. The 69 that it needed, right? Yep, 69 exactly. Plus 25% extra HP after revival.
I never had any ambition, so I never thought I'd be able to attain such skill. It seems the sincere care for others may actually change a person. Huh. Thank you, hero. Sorry for the long speech.
Nowhere near as long as some of the other ones give. We will also use this opportunity to have a little bit of a look at something that was important in the last run to us. How about the river? Flows from who knows where to somewhere else. That makes it perhaps the only thing in this world that has an end. A generic notion of a river, as if from a basic archetypal memory. Its width, depth, and current are absolutely constant for its whole length. Yet, for a memory of a river, it uncharacteristically resists being left in an incomplete state. For one, it's utterly impossible to envision a second river until the first river is complete. And since there's no way to form an estuary, as other big bodies of water no longer exist, it never will be complete. Remarkably, the existence itself seems to relish the presence of a river. The world around it grows stronger and more complete, as if waking up from a dream. Maybe it's due to the natural circulation of water, the most common and necessary thing in our world. Let's also have a look at the shipwreck if I have that. Ooh, Storm Temple would be a good one too. A place of worship for the ancient god of lightning. His name is long forgotten. The cult of the Golden Arrow is one of the most ancient pagan cults. Sometimes it's also called the cult of thunder and lightning. There is some irony in calling a few standing stones and a simple roof above them a temple, though, but even today, some people still keep building them. Why do they do it? Well, it's quite simple. It may be just a cult, and it may be pagan, but lightning storms in the regions with these temples actually grow more frequent. The cultists of the Golden Arrow tend to look down on other religions because their god can actually be summoned and seen by anyone, as opposed to the gods of their opponents. The goals of these cultists seem to remain a mystery even to themselves. The lightning tends to strike not only the cult's potential enemies, but any other targets, including the hapless cultists themselves. Perhaps they just love to see an uncontrollable power come into this world by their will. And because we couldn't stop spawning, never mind, we already got the Lich's Palace stuff there. Alright, and then where's the name of the space? Abandoned Bookery? No. Shipwreck. There we go. Trade ships often fall prey to the fishermen's expansion marches. The wreck of a ship on a sea cliff is a sad sight, but seeing the wreck near a thin river is a very strange sight indeed. In fact, such shipwrecks serve as sources of power for the sirens, the mages of the merfolk. No one knows exactly how it works, but a sunken ship filled with treasures and the dead crew is able to boost their magic powers. Probably it has something to do with the agony of approaching death. That would explain why these ships are often discovered on old battlefields. Another thing that supports this theory is the feeling of unity the fishmen experience during battle, through their common desire to kill and not be killed.